Hello, everyone. Today I have a message from Merlin, or Merlin as we now know him. Merlin appears to me as a man in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, with quite a full but neat beard in a druidic robe with the hood up. Um, the beard is grey. He looks very much like this. I credit Lucasfilm for the image. I know this is a Star Wars baddie, and Merlin is not a baddie, but this is so similar to how he appears to me that I couldn't not use this picture. So similar. Exactly the same beard, really serious. There's no joking about with him. Um, his name was Merlin. However, he prefers Merlin. And I asked him why before he came through with this message. I asked him why he preferred the wrong name. And he said that in calling him Merlin enables him to distance himself from that particular incarnation, from that particular lifetime. Um, so he can come through more as his soul effectively, without pinning him to a particular point in time. And obviously he's bringing in the learning from that lifetime, and it's his most famous lifetime that we're aware of. I haven't discussed that with him, but it enables him to move on from the particular happenings of that life. It's interesting actually because Gwyn ap Nuith is very much the same. He doesn't like to be called Gwyn because he says everyone pronounces it wrong, and his name is Gwyn, because the W is an oo sound in Welsh. Um, However, he prefers to be called Hearn. So, I think whilst we know these characters from particular lifetimes, they want to be fully represented as they are now in their entirety. And certainly that's the reason that Merlin gave for preferring the name that is actually a mispronunciation of his name. So it's interesting aside there. So I have a channeled message from Merlin today. It was quite urgent. So I'm just going to get on and read it. I'm going to read it from my phone because I use voice memos to record my channeled messages because I can't always control when they're going to come through particularly. And I also don't remember the words afterwards because that's just the way I channel. So I'm just going to read a transcript from my voice memos to tell you what he said today. I'm going to put my reading goggles on and read the message to you. So, Merlin says, "We are a disease and a glory. Our whole purpose is to realize it and balance ourselves accordingly. Start every day with optimism, live in joy and find parcels of joy and learning in the darkness. We are the receiver, the conduit, the needle on the record through which divine music is played. It is why both the light and the dark are so interested in us, for without us, they could not give voice to their creations. They envy our ability to stand in all fields. We are beings of immense power, creators and conduits the same, but the forgetting has made us weak, open to corruption and greed, which leads us from the true beauty of our nature. This is the story of the garden and the casting out, not a literal place, but from knowing to forgetting, a forgetting of the potential of ourselves. We are not victims of circumstance. We are wild horses who have been blinkered and shackled. Time to run free now. When we were enlightened, we lived for hundreds of years. The full soul embodiment of our vessels allowed us to repair our own cells. We are weakened now because we are diminished in knowledge and ability. Each time we have begun to regain this knowledge, it has been crushed by the authority that wishes for us to stay lowly. Many are they that work for the darkness, their wishes fulfilled through petty payments while they feed a global machine that endeavors to crush the spirits of the bright ones. This time will be different. So the awakening that has begun is aided by celestial bodies as well as beings here on earth. The train cannot be derailed as it speeds now to its final conclusion, regardless of obstacles in the way. The revelation is the revealing of the final truth, all veils removed and pulled back for all to see the beauty and the horror. Men shall choose if they wish to continue in their petty greed or gallop into the open fields of enlightenment. Those who have tasted moments of enlightenment will choose wisely. Others will need persuading. Others will not know what they refuse. The time has come to choose the way. Do you choose balance or destruction? You need only to decide in your heart, and it is done. That's Merlin's message today. I think he's obviously telling us that we are at an inflection point, a decision point, but that decision is in our hearts. And that speaks to me very much of knowing the difference between good and bad, or inherently our purpose and not, if we listen very intently. When he says we, he's talking about humans, because obviously he is one. And so it's quite a strong message today. There's lots of references to the needle on the record, which is the same image that we got before from Merlin about these repetitive cycles and choosing differently this time, listening differently, more intently, more carefully this time. And also lots of linguistic references to horses. And of course, the 17th of February is the beginning of the year of the fire horse in Chinese astrology. It's also a lunar eclipse. It's also a really powerful conjunction of planets that I don't think we've seen for about 240 years. So it seems very much to me that intuitively that the 17th of February is this inflection point, and he's almost giving us prior warning that we need to think very carefully and feel very carefully and listen very carefully about what is in our hearts on that day, and if we are feeling full of optimism and hope, because that feeling and inherently what we're embodying, I think on that day is an inflection point. So it's really important at this time, because that will be our choice. The choice is made in our hearts, not our heads. So let me know what you think of his message in the comments. And any extra information you want to add, any messages you've got, any astrology you're aware of that might feed into this, I'd be really grateful. And I'll see you again soon.